Will Rogers said he never met a man he didn't like. Wait, let me back up and make sure that I got all of that right. He might have liked every man that he met, that's true. But he never said he liked every man that he knew. Oh, 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 oh. I met a woman with the Midas touch. I never got her to touch very much. I met a man of opportunity. He never offered anything up to me. I met a soldier in a recruit booth. Said he'd make a man out of me, and he stole my youth. I was working for a man who could not stop lying. Drove us off a cliff and called it flying. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no. That ain't flying. No, that isn't flying. That ain't flying. Well, that ain't flying. A wise man flies, he understands. A man has not technically flown until he lands. If you're coming into land and you crash and die, well, all you really did for sure was get too high. You ever get too high? You ever get too high? You ever get too high? Well, neither have I, but I will if I've got to prove to you guy. A soul turn around, I could calm up a riot. Fighting for peace, that's like screaming for quiet. Oh, oh. Well, I don't know, but I've been told. Might meet a little fox in your atheist toe. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know, but I've been told. You might meet a little fox in an atheist hole. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, Dolly. Good to see y'all this weekend, man. I've been looking forward to seeing you. We've been down here every day recording. Colin back there, Brian, my friend Mark. We got 3 songs now. Joel, too, has been here filming all of it. So we'll see. I think I got 10 songs. Don't know. But that's what I've been thinking about. So I haven't made any kind of plan or anything for this. I'm phoning this in, and it's still just going to be like, oh, fuck, man. How does he do it? Troubadour in 101, 2, 3, whichever number you want to put on it. Man, you put a hat on the ground, and I'll get us some dinner. Well, some guys to some other guy behind closed doors. I don't even know how long I've been awake anymore. But I know what I'm out of though, and you do too. Look around, we're down to nothing but me and you. We lost everything we sold, everything we had. It's not that bad though, it's not that bad. We'll be buying all our shit back when your cousin gets out. It's only going to be a couple of weeks from now. You know what I'm thinking, cause you're thinking it too. It was harder to imagine than it was to do. In spite of all your worry, last night went okay. That man just threw his money up and ran away. Hey, did we get arrested? No, we did not. We didn't shoot anyone and we didn't get shot. We didn't hurt anyone, at least not a lot. But we got what we wanted, didn't we? Yeah, we got what we wanted. Well, you all right. I could kill somebody. I don't even care. But that's not the way it's gonna go tonight, I swear. We'll just walk on up to Highland Street behind the bar. In the back through the alley where they park the cars. It'll go down just as easy as it did last night. We'll be back here in an hour, high and out of sight. Hey, did we get arrested? We did not. We didn't shoot anyone, we didn't get shot. We didn't hurt anyone, at least not a lot. And we got what we wanted. We got what we wanted. Hey, stand right here beside me, buddy, this is the place. Hold this blue bandana up to cover your face. Yes, it's loaded, but I ain't shooting anyone, ain't shooting at me. Shut up, I don't shoot anyone that's shooting at me. Shut up, I think I hear somebody coming, man. Shut up, I think I hear somebody coming. I've probably told you this a million times before. I never play that song. I'm getting to learn it through this show. And we have this discombobulator. Well, I don't even have to tell Brian what I'm singing anymore because I sing a few lines and wow. We started, that was on a cover the first time I did it. I dove in. Well, I forget what, Tangled Up in Blue. You doubted me. So, anyway, that song, I would say that would a trick I learned from Prine was I got, or I would say I learned it from Prine, just to get songs that you like. Not that there's any, I mean, but that song I got mugged behind the Highland Q years ago. It was a life-changing thing with a gun. I walked past these guys. They had bandanas over their face, and I don't know why I just was like, hey guys. And then as I passed them, they were right on my heels, and I thought, and that's when I went, wow, yeah, why they have you know, the math all came together for me. And I turned around, and the kid had a gun, and I said, I don't have any fucking money, and he hit me with the gun. I remember thinking, they're new at this, because every chick in the bar I had just walked out of knew like that I didn't have money. And these guys were on the fence about it. Then I called the police, and they robbed some other guys. I didn't testify against them. I was really young. I just didn't want to fucking have to get dressed and go down anywhere. But they were young. I was really young. And then years later, like 15 years later, I'd always worked on that song. I had a song called I May Not Live Forever, But I Ain't Gonna Die Tonight. And I kept trying to make that into this song about these guys mugging me. And then one day at the old house in East Nashville, I remember I was working on that song, and I started thinking about it from their point of view. Like, what would that take? How would you end up deciding, fuck it, let's just go find one guy, knock him down, take a shit, we'll get a little bit higher. Come on. Who gives a bibble, you know? I've hung out with some tough cats, but I've never been around a plan getting hatched like that, you know? So that was kind of fiction, I guess, or trying to figure out that. But it helps me more that way, I think, if I sing about that night on a regular basis, it feels easier to sing about it from that angle. Tonight. They'd name that goddamn kiss-ass Handelman the vice president of human resources or something. He stood up, he made a speech about how we was all gonna have to work even harder now. I thought, harder now? Fucking harder at what? I'd give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I am stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. That's right, I am looking them over. Can't see no difference. making money out of paper, making a paper out of trees. Oh, we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to hear the shit that I get from my daughter. She says she can't stand the sight of the car I bought her. It's gonna ruin her life forever if she can't ride a rag top. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break me for the sake of this neighborhood. They need everybody up and down our street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking them over. Can't see no difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of tree. Lord, we're making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me, they said it was going to be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. Oh Lord, I'm looking them over. Can't see no difference. Money out of paper, paper out of trees, making so much money we can hardly breathe. I missed it. I went for it though. Sometimes it's good just not to use that hand over there. Now I've got to call that little pecker Mr. Handelman. I drove home from work as mad as I had ever been, and then I nearly jerked that kid out of a drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, what the fuck would you know, man? You are looking at about a man that's going to buy a little girl rag top, so what are you driving? A bicycle, you little punk. I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness, looking them over. Can't see no difference. Making money out of paper, making that paper out of tree, making so much money we can hardly breathe. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. Yep, that's the way the world goes round. You're up one day. This sweater was given to me by the great Lindsay McDonald, a legend of the Kiss on the Mouth Club. There's my heart right there. Other logos on the sides. I can see myself. I could see myself, but if I want to, like if I saw something on my face, I'm grabbing the wrong side. See? So, anyway, we're all having such a good time. All of us collectively, except for the election and the corona. Take those two things away and, you know. I hope you're making it out there. It's been a long year. We've been working hard. These cats here, Colin, Joel, my buddy, Brian, they just work so hard to bring you guys this show every week. And then, in addition to that, in this week, you know what? We are filming it, and so eventually you'll get to see how hard all the young people around here work and how talented they are. And I hope, we'll see. I never know if anyone's going to like the songs. And to a degree, I don't care. I'm more hope, for everyone's sake. But I can't change them. I can't change them. They just are what they are, You know what I mean? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Oh, is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? In the hallway of a high school, as anywhere USA, there was a bully picking on a different kid. Lord, it seemed like every day a pack of back slapping buddies laughing and backing him all the way. Screaming girlfriend, making believe in everything. He'd say, Lord, is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Then one day this kid that he had beat up a bunch of time before, he realized to his own surprise, he said, I probably could indeed take more. And with that he hatched the evil plan and gonna make that devil pay. Walked up to him in the middle of the gym and he found the nerve to say, he said, if you're gonna hit somebody today, well, you're gonna have to hit me too. In fact, you're gonna have to hit me every day because now I'm picking on you. And as crazy as this all might sound right now, I ain't gonna stop till I get through. It's too late to beg for mercy. There ain't nothing you can do. Lord, is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Well, that bully, he just laughed and laughed, of course, and so did all of his friends. He beat that kid unmercifully for days and days on end, only slightly less impressively to that girl and all of her friends, who would eventually, secretly, start hoping that kid might win. Lord, is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Yeah. You're never gonna hear him say this. He thinks people still don't know. Winning that bullet every day cost a bullet the war a long time ago. And of all the scars he's got to show for every blow that kid sneaks in, the worst one's knowing that tomorrow he's gonna have to fight that kid again. Lord, is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Lord, is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is this thing working? Is this thing working? Is this thing on? That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm having a good time today. Really am. Been playing a lot of guitar. Football, Titans are 1-0. Our beloved Titans from the hills of Tennessee, forging ever onward toward the shores of victory, for we will not be beaten. I forgot what else I was gonna say. I hadn't sung that song in a long time. Our beloved Titans from the hills of Tennessee. Got a lot of songs over at the place. Most of them good for nothing. If I had a nickel for every dime you had, I'd have a half your money. You talk about not half bad, more like 10 times as good. I don't know anyone that wouldn't want to walk around with more money if they could. But if you could just come off a little bit of it, that would surely do me good. I'm in between jobs. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Lordy, can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. There's only one way to win at a shell game. Be the one that gets the other guy to play. You think I'm not bright, you might be right. I might have been born yesterday, but I was up all night. Yep, I might have come in here a little cross-eyed looking, but I'm walking out of here all right. To be wearing my dark sunglasses, 'cause the sun still shines as bright down on you when you're in between jobs. Yep. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. What can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. Oh. Seen $100 bill one time, leaning up against a chain link fence. I've been walking around outside looking down at fences ever since. It's the root of all evil. I agree, and I suppose that the blossom of it would be my kind of poverty. I know how mad I'm getting just thinking about how much more you've got than me. And I'm thinking, what's keeping me from killing this guy, taking his shit from him? Can you dig it? I was hoping that you would. Oh Lord, can you dig it? I knew that you could. Yes, I knew that you could. I knew that you could. Oh, can you dig it? Close. Got greedy at the end, you know? I love that song too, man. I started that song, Elvis and me. He helped me, I forget the bits he came up with. But I remember it all started, I had heard that Alan Greenspan played the saxophone. And that made me feel like he'd been misunderstood. And I started making up a song called, I forget what it was. I think it was called Can You Dig It? But it was about Alan Greenspan being misunderstood, and I just kept chipping away at it. By the time it was done, I didn't know what it was about. For real, I was just like, I just like the things it says, and don't care if they come together in some fashion, you know? And then while I was on the tour, when that record came out, and I read a review of the album, and the review said the song was about a guy mugging another guy. And I thought, yeah, well, yeah. So that's what it's about, you know? Really, it's what, now when I play it, I think of that. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. This one of my favorites. Angie. No, this is one of my favorites. Low gray clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking up a hill, I'm gonna get my fortune read. I can still take rejection, but it's getting harder to do. I wish I could show you how you've hurt me in a way that didn't hurt you too. The tennis shoes hanging from a telephone wire. I got a little money, I could get a little higher. I was all right for a while, but you know how it goes. Everything in moderation, including moderation, I suppose. I never did like the people where I was employed. They were all out to get me 'cause I'm paranoid. Now I'm working for myself, and that don't pay a lousy dime. If what we are here to do is learn to forgive, I'm gonna need more time Too soon to tell, too soon to tell, too soon to tell. By and by, Lord, too soon to tell what's gonna happen to you when you die. Too soon to tell what we would ever avenge. They say that living well is the best revenge. I say bullshit. The best revenge is revenge. This isn't over. We're gonna meet again. And then I said, good Lord, if you still up there, you sure got some nerve. It seemed like even the wicked, we get worse than we deserve. We're afraid to die. Every goddamned one of us, I swear to God, it's like you're making fun of us. Not worth keeping, oh, too good to keep. If you've got a better secret, then keep it from me. And if you're so God Almighty, well, what's with all of this mystery? I would love to trust you, buddy, but you're clearly keeping secrets from me. Too soon to tell, too soon to tell, too soon to tell. By and by, oh Lord, it's too soon to tell what's gonna happen to you when you die. Too soon, baby. It the fortune tellers that was up on that second floor. In bright red letters hanging off of a door, it said close. I think it might have been some kind of a sign. Don't give up on me, baby. I think I could be losing my mind. I have just met too many people. I love them all too much. They're scattered all over this whole country. I could never possibly stay in touch with them. I'm fucking traveling, man. Almost forever, it seems. I woke up one morning with a lot more memories than dreams. Low gray clouds rolling over my head. I'm walking down the street without my fortune read. I can still take this rejection, but it does get harder to do. I wish I could show you how you hurt me in some way that didn't hurt you too. Wish I could show you how you hurt me in a way that didn't hurt you. Well, I fucked that up. Well, I don't remember. I had this line, you two will wake up one morning with a lot more memories than dreams, or I woke up one morning. I can't remember sitting here right now which one I went with. But I like that one. The God I'm hoping for and wondering about thinks I'm hilarious. That's just known. My dad is Catholic, so I'm Catholic. He baptized me, St. John Fisher Church. He was a construction worker, not a construction worker, a foreman. He was in charge of it, you know. So he rode around in a truck with a CB around all these subdivisions. And those things go with the towns that boom. So if we didn't move, we stayed in Oregon until I was a sophomore in high school, and then he went to all the parts of Texas as it blew up and built those houses for all those people that had those jobs. And his goal always was that he was happy when they'd put up a school because he'd made so many houses someplace, you know. I was always proud of him. And those cats, though, that move along, too, they really do sometimes get in a spot where it's a boom town, so there's these neighborhoods being built all over the place, and there's only so many paint crews, and there's 3 or 4 jobs going around. So you get to where you're buying drinks for these guys and trying to court their favor and get your houses built faster, and they end up with some sort of, the power structure gets, well, they just kind of all end up drinking buddies because there's no, everyone just sort of needs each other. Anyway, this is based on conversations. I felt like lots of them where, you know, my dad would pull up to see how things were going, and it wouldn't always be like the argument this sounds like. It was often Seinfeldy, where they'd be what you'd call flirting with each other, just giving each other shit all the time, like these guys do to me, and then I don't do it back. You can't talk to me like that, boss. I don't care who you are. If you don't wanna have to hang your own drywall, don't push me too far. Boomtown work ain't all that hard to come by. Boomtown workers are. You might be the one that's running the show, but that doesn't mean you're in charge. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't need this working like you need this work done. You looking like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. Yes, don't you remember, man? I was sharing a room with 2 guys over at the Motel 6, boss. I said every dime I make it home to my ex-wife. I did 2 years and 28 days. With a little bit of aim, I'd have been in there for my life. So you see, broke won't take me that much. I'm getting used to. Neither will no barbed wire jailhouse wall. Watch what you say to someone with nothing. It's almost like having it all. I was looking for a job when I found this one. I don't need this work like you need this work done. You looking like you're under pressure. I was looking for a job when I met you. I believe I'll get a job like your job, Chief. Drive around all day checking up on guys like me. Yelling from the window of my pickup truck with my AC cranked up and my clothes are nice and clean. All that might be alright. Yeah, that might be alright. That might be alright. That might be alright. Yeah, looking for a job when I found this one. You know who else I should have mentioned? Well, also Robbie Crowell, man. He was a bulldog saxophone guy. I think he was a keyboards and ear tick. Keyboards. I haven't said the word keyboards in a long time. But he's been helping us out too. Great young cat. Helping me with drumsy bits. Anyway, that's all I've been doing, as you can tell. Is this where everybody sees me? Well, I like to come over and play the piano, too. I got good thinking. Anyway, this was one I came up with in Greencastle, Indiana. Got arrested in possession, had a car. We're driving down the road, smoking a joint on the way to a gig in Bloomington. In a rental car, it's just a one-off. Me and Elvis in a Cadillac. and got pulled over, and they asked us if we were in possession of marijuana, and Dave said no. And then they asked him out of the car. I think the gist was there was marijuana in a car, so he never asked quite right. It took him a long time to ask the exact right question, so we never lied to him. We just knew what he wanted to know and waited till he said, so is there any in the car? And then we were like, yeah. And it was my turn to go to jail. And we had always have these two plans for that kind of situation, and plan A didn't work, and they're both in the shop. They're both back in the shop. There was a time when I was handsome. Lord, there was a time when I had money to burn. There was a time when where I landed, Lord, that was the least of my concern. But it hurts to lean back in these handcuffs. It's like 9 kinds of shame turned to rage. As a younger man, I might have put up a fight, but I just feel like such a fool at my age. A lot of these troubles just find me. Don't seem to matter where I turn. So how do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late to learn? You know the number one symptom of heart disease? Well, the number one symptom of heart disease is sudden death. It's like time stands still forever until it starts shaking around on you, and it starts shaking around on you like some kind of hooker on meth. And you know me, I can't take none of that preaching, no. I don't like it on Sunday or no other day. But I feel like I ought to be praying on something, and I have no idea what you say. I say, a lot of these troubles, they just find me. Never seem to matter which way I turn. So how do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late to learn? I've learned nothing out here after all my years on this highway, but I've been passed by, and I've passed by more than my share of cars. I do remember back in my younger days when I was so certain that driving even faster was what it was that was gonna get too far. So ain't nothing left for me to learn here. Just this half full or this half empty cup. Less than an ounce of possession shit. I could do that kind of time standing up. A lot of this trouble just finds me. Don't seem to matter which way I turn. How do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late? How do you know it's too late to learn? Greencastle Blues, right? That was Greencastle Blues the whole time? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, man. I tell you, man, I don't know who between you guys, but everybody was getting along fine over there. And now, you two, I trust you guys, but just be nice to me. Why would you even? We're on, man. Well, I ain't about to tell you who told me, but somebody's seen you around, marching up and down the street to the beat of just about any old drummer in town. And now you gonna lie and you little friends are gonna swear to it, but that won't cut no ice with me. I've been looking all over for you have my life, and I know damn well what I see. I see the barefoot champagne on morning, a big house, red wine all night. A girl you never did learn to do nothing but lay around and do nothing right. Baby, the things you put me through, I don't think anybody ever loved anybody as much as I love you. Well, I loved you since the minute that I seen you. I tipped you every dollar that I had. I brought you into my house. I tried to straighten you out. I can't believe that you still treat me so bad. You know I bought you something nice for your birthday, but now I think I may take it back. All the way across town to the place where I got it, to get you something cheap as you act. With that barefoot champagne on morning, that big house, red wine all night. Girl, you never did learn to do nothing but lay around and do nothing right. I said, oh, baby, baby, the things that you put me through, I don't think anybody ever loved anybody as much as I love you. Ho! Hey! See, that wasn't hard. Thank you. Now, are we gonna hang out and work a little? Oh yeah, we are. Come on down to the show, knock on the door. We got free drugs. No. Yeah, we do. We're doing free drugs. No. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we are. You know why? In honor of your dad's ponytail. Bud, I just heard, I haven't seen the picture yet. I heard just as we were going to air. That sounded funny. Maybe, yeah, I don't want to beat up that thing. I've been playing that guitar all week, which makes this guitar, that's, I think, why I'm playing so busy on this one, because it's so, you can't, that one is in charge. This one I kind of have talked out of its, just as a follower, but that is a leader. This is just a hunk of shit. Oh no, is this the thing, which one is this? The good one that I got from Crowder? Or is that at home? I got one good banjo, yeah. I'm gonna do this song. I did this song at the Jeff Austin Memorial. I'm gonna send this out to his wife and kids, who I just adore. I'm always here. Everybody treats me like I don't pay my rent. I give my car to my mechanic, and I ain't seen it since. My phone is always ringing when I want to be alone. They're trying to sell me everything from heaven to cologne. Everybody's got an offer, they got an offer that I just can't refuse. It's circus out here, mama, and your baby's got them sideshow blues. All a big commercial, it's the video of a man. It's a plot to put an end to my attention span. They make up all these issues I never understood. If I thought I could change things, I'd run out to Hollywood. But it's so hard to kick the door down. You ain't wearing no shoes. It's circus out here, mama, and Bill's got them sideshow blues. Got the sideshow blues. I want to tame a lion. These center-ring rich kids, man, it doesn't even seem like they're trying. They go from college to a big top. They take all the best positions. I'm out here with all these freaks and musicians. Out in this tent with all these freaks and musicians. I'm moaning them sideshow blues. Yep. Well, I try to tell my girlfriend she's the only one I got. There's this girl I hardly even know. Keep on telling her that she's not. She's got a loaded pistol, waves it all the time. She says sometimes she gotta kill a boy just to keep his ass in line. At least that's the way she sees it. She saw it on the news. It's a circus out here, mama, and your baby's got them sideshow blues. People play satanic records, man, you don't know when they'll freak. From a quiet kitten to a maniac into a movie of the week. We're killing over cocaine, we are dying over sex, bowing down and praying to who's ever gonna cut the checks. And I go to church on Sunday, I can't have sleep in the pew. It's a circus out here, mama, your baby got the sideshow blues. Yes, circus out here, baby. Yep. Circus out here, mama. Yeah. Yes, circus out here, mama. Your baby got that sideshow. Yeah. Boy, that just reminded me of something. For a long time, it seemed like every song I would end it like, I'd be like, whatever it was. And all right, guy. I know a lot of, and then it'd be like, I ended songs like that, remember? That was like, if it was a fast song, that was kind of how it ended for a couple of years. You get in a little rut, what are you gonna do? Anyway, Jeff Austin one day was like, we should make up a song out of that. That's how I figured out I was ending all my songs that way. When Jeff said, man, we should make up a song out of that riff you end all your songs with. I didn't realize it had gotten like that. All right. We're cruising right along. That feels like it's pretty good. My friend Richard Lewis and I were on the phone, and he has this funny way of, sometimes he'll just hang up, or it's like his character. And so one day we're talking about songs, and he starts going on about how Lenny Bruce is in a Bob Dylan song, and that if I had any respect for him, you know, and he was like, Dylan, I don't even think he knew Lenny Bruce. But he lobbied me for a minute, and then he decided that then he didn't ever want that. But I kept saying, I'm gonna make you a name in a song. And then on this last one, it fit right in a spot where it really worked, you know. There's this song called The Blues on the Banjo. I was under the mistaken impression for quite some time that I had indeed acquired a case of what they call the blues. Lot. And I started doing some research on them, and it turned out I was mistaken. I was just bummed out. Turned out to be because a lot of the time, the main test is if it starts in the mid-afternoon, late afternoon, something like that. If you start feeling down, then you're just bummed. If you open your eyes and you say, motherfucker, then you're going, well, what was morning? So if it doesn't start in the morning, you're fine. Take a Xanax. But if it starts in the morning, you might feel like you're so upset that whatever's upsetting you, you'd say it again. That's what I found out in my research. If your milk cow was missing, as soon as you woke up, you're like, fuck, like this is what I need. And then as soon as you say, I woke up this morning, my milk cow was gone, you say it again, like just ruminating. That's when you know you're down and probably a threat to yourself and those around you. So I was making up this song when I come across the interesting fact that you couldn't play the blues on a banjo or in an air-conditioned room. I also found out through some of my research that Townes Van Zandt thinks if you're not playing the blues, you're just playing zippity-doo-dah. I found out through some of my research that the devil is interested in the business side of the blues in a way that he is not in other genres. And that you could sell your soul to him in exchange for a particular talent when it came to only the genre. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I realized I repeat myself. Well, I woke up this morning and I realized I repeat myself. Well, I woke up this morning. Yeah, I did. They say 1 and 1 is 2. Well, I have my suspicion. I believe it may well be another one of these crazy old religious superstitions. Would you believe that the same financial institution backing both sides of every war since before the French Revolution still run the Federal Reserve and all but just a small handful of nations? Why, it is a paperclip operation. By even the most reasonable explanation, it may well be the single longest, widest bronco chase in the history of the conspiracy of television. That's all I'm saying. It won for the money. Ladder 2 for the money. 3 is also for the money. 4 is for more and more and more and more money. It's like the seventh wonder was saying in seventh heaven, watching the seventh building falling on 9/11. This is Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, L7 Communications. These are the corporations selling weapons of mass destruction under the false flag of my protection from the shadow branch of a government still addicted to its own untold commercialization. Why, it would seem easy to me without too much explanation how somebody could just wake up one morning and come to the Richard Lewis-like conclusion and or decision that there was absolutely no hope left for even the slightest portion of our entire civilization. So zippity-doo-dah, motherfucker. Oh, zippity-yay. My, oh my, oh my, what a case of the blues I'm experiencing today. Why, it seems like the air in my hotel room has been conditioned in just such a way. It seems like every single note of I ask this priceless banjo of mine to play takes the unmistakable sounds of my pains and my sorrows and makes them sound like some kind of embarrassing hope for tomorrow. And that ain't me, man. That's not who I am. You know, we mistake desperate people for the devil all the time. So there's no real way of knowing what kind of deal it was that I actually signed, but it was my understanding that I would be the single greatest blues guitarist in the world by now. And I'm not. In fact, to the contrary. I'm just another working fucking schmuck out here standing around waiting to get shot in another sad addition to an already sorry state of affairs, with another set of politicians taken to the top of another set of courthouse stairs. You know that you're out of ideas when you get down to your thoughts and your prayers, but that's just what they got us down here this evening, down here on these courthouse stairs. They're sending out their thoughts and their prayers to you, baby. They're sending out their thoughts and their prayers. They're sending out their thoughts and their prayers. They're sending out their thoughts and their prayers. You're gonna have to allow 2 to 6 weeks for the. Oh, look out, they're sending out their thoughts and their prayers. Yep, look out now. They're sending out their thoughts and their prayers. Take off now, go and get them. Yep. Oh, it's just getting sad now. Turn away, Bela. Thoughts and their prayer. Oh, yes, my fellow travelers, welcome to the First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder, where we are always hoping for something and wondering what the fuck. Now, before I begin my sermon, I would like to take a couple of weeks off and maybe just retire altogether, but in light of these current events, I do persist. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American males, gay bashing, black fearing, war fighting, tree killing, regional leaders of sales, shirt tucking, frat housing, cake tapping, backslapping, hater of old hippies like me. Tree hugging, peace loving, pot smoking, porn watching, lazy ass hippies like me. Tree hugging, peace loving, pro choicing, gay wedding, widespread panic digging hippies like me. Skin color blinded, conspiracy minded, protesters of corporate greed. We who have nothing and the most likely will, until we all end up locked up in jail by conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American male. Diamonds and dogs, boys and girls are living together in two separate worlds. We're following leaders of mountains of shame. We're looking for someone to blame. Well, I know who I prefer to blame. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American males, soul-saving, flag-waving, rush-loving, lamp-paving, personal friends to the quails, quite diligently working so hard to keep the free reins of this democracy. From tree-hugging, peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy-ass hippies like me. Tree-hugging, peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy-ass hippies like me. Tree-hugging, peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy, hippies. I can't stop like me. Yeah, this is the best show I've ever done. I tell you what an exciting week, too. What an exciting week. Did you hear him jamming like Trey in there? Trey Anastasio, second best guitar player in the world next to me, probably. Is that too much? No. You think I'm better, don't you, Brian? It's just beer run you don't like. Hayes is better, though. Third best. Boy. Yeah, man, we put out a song, #1 song in the country now, sold billions already. Very exciting. We've been really proud, very proud of it. That was Robbie playing that sweet beat and sweet bass part, and also the sousaphone in the background, which has never, ever been used on a recording ever till now. So that's some ground we broke. Very exciting. I've already got a call from the President of the United States who loves the track. Somebody said it was against the president, which is just a lie against me. But people have always gone up on me like that. But I'll tell you this, you'll never meet a man with more respect for the President of the United States at any given time. All presidents. I've always had respect for all of them. You'll never meet another man with more respect. If we never get together again, please forgive me for all of these fools that I have been. See, if you can't remember me when I was listening to my better angel, or just see if you can remember me when I was listening. It's like a force of nature. It just comes over me, and I can't keep myself I just can't keep from it. Like a fool's nature, like a fool of nature. May your hopes always outweigh your doubts, until this old world finally punches you out. May you always play your music loud enough to wake up all of your neighbors, or make you play at least loud enough to always wake yourself up. It's like a force of nature is coming over me. I can't keep myself from moving. I can't keep from moving. They're like a force of nature, like a force of nature, like a force of nature. Lord, it's like a force of nature. Ooh, ooh, ooh. have Ingram's home address? We get it. It's on my... I'll tell you why. Yeah. Will this be another song where he wakes up in the morning? Very seldom does anything good happen after that. As I have probably said 50 times on this show. Look out, take your time. Tell me slow. Shall I stay? When we both know you thought you knew what I was just about to say, but you did not know, and you always think you do. Let me tell you something, baby. I'm looking back over my shoulder. It's not you that I've got to blame. If I could do all this all over, I wouldn't do nothing the same. Seemed like the right thing at the time, though. Yeah, it must have seemed like the right thing at the time. You know? Oh, 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 baby. Oh, 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 baby. Oh, 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 baby. Try to remember helps me to forget. The older I get, the older I get, the more I worry that the more I worry, the older I'm gonna get, and yet I still worry about that. Ain't that about a son of a bitch? I'll tell you. Some guys can't take no for an answer. Some guys can't take yes for an answer. I don't know how I ended up here for sure, but I'll tell you, if I had to guess, I guess I'd give this for an answer. Seemed like the right thing at the time. Yeah. Oh, God, it seemed like it must have seemed like the right thing at the time, baby. Oh, yeah. Baby, must have seemed like the right thing at the time. Trying to find some kind of way I'm gonna cope. I've got to admit, it ain't so much the despair that gets me as it is the hope. There's always fucking hope. When I found myself in possession of these car keys, man, well, I just naturally assumed that I could drive. Ooh, yeah. It seemed like the right thing at the time. Yes, it seemed like the right thing at the time. Oh, 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 yeah. Thank y'all for joining us for another pointless service of the distraction from our doom. Hope and wonder to your brothers and sisters. I can't stop now. Okay, that's it. I'll stop. I'll let go. The show is over. Is it over? It's over. No. All right, we'll do an encore real quick. It was deafening. The roar was deafening. The roar was deafening. Thank y'all for coming and bringing gifts on Sundays and stuff too, and coming by and saying hi. Scott and Phyllis, it's great to see you, if only for a second. My oldest friend in this game is a cat named Jack Ingram. We talk all the time. We toured together back in the 90s. Remember those? I'll send this out to him. I know he's watching. Well, hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. You shouldn't spend your whole life wishing for something bound to fall apart. And every time you're feeling empty, you better thank your lucky star. For if you ever felt one breaking, you'd never want a home. I said, hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. I've been on the road that you're on. It didn't get me very far. You ain't missing nothing, 'cause love is so damn hard. Take it from me, darling, you don't want no harm. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. I'm glad we talked this out. You can take mine if you want it. It's in pieces now. And by the way there, Mr. Tin Man, you don't mind the stars, you can give me your armor, and you can have my heart. For my money, that's perfection, man. That's for my money. That's the first guy in my generation to do a gambler type thing. And he won. Got the song of the year for it. Jack, man, I just can't believe I know you sometimes, brother. I'm gonna do one last song. Also, I know that I've upset some people. I think, and I just wanted to say, a lot of the mail you're sending is going to my managers. So here's my address if you want to send it to me. I live in Austin, and just keep those cards and letters coming. Or if you just want to show up and say, hey, man. In fact, man, if you want to pull up in front of the house and yell for beer run, man, that would mean a lot for me. That would mean a lot for me. So, moving right along. When the night is dawn and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. Well, if the sky will look upon should crumble and fall, if the moon should tumble to the sea, well, no, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, baby, well, you can stand by me. Come and the land is so dark and the moon is the only light you see. Darling, don't be afraid. No, don't shed a tear. No, darling, stand by me, stand by me, stand by me, oh, stand by me, whenever I need you, baby, stand by me, oh, I need you, Lord, you know, no, I said to stand by me. Baby, stand by me. Oh, I need you, Mom. I need you to stand by me. Have a good Sunday, brothers and sisters. Be kind to one another. Wear bright colors. Low. All right, now we'll see you next week. Switch us luck out here in our recording endeavors. And big finish.
2.
Zeppelin rules! If I live fancy free, I love to wander. That's just the gypsy in my soul. There's something calling me way over yonder. That's just the gypsy in my soul. There's something calling me way over yonder. That's just the gypsy in my soul. No cares, no strings in my heart. Just sing. No string, no string. My heart has a wing. There's something calling me way over yonder. Oh, that's just the gypsy in my soul. Don't forget to tip your neighbors.